Welcome to the homestead.
You remember the asparagus I thought I killed and I put in a bag, put in the garage? Well, here it is. I forgot it was in there and it started to grow in the bag. You can see a bunch of them still trying to come out of the bag. They're just growing in there. And they're white because they've been in a dark garage. And for goodness sakes, I got to do something with these because I got asparagus.
Okay, as you can see, Lee is moving my grow bags from my daughter's house over to the high tunnel. But before he gets to the high tunnel, I've asked him to dump all the dirt out because we had a very unsuccessful garden. There was lots of those stupid squash bugs and squash worms, and it was infested, and we don't want to take it to the garden area so they can just infest the high tower. So he's going to dump it on that side of the garage or the shop that he just built in that low spot. He's going to dump all the dirt there, and so that's same property but hundreds of feet away, so maybe everything will be okay. They're going to get I'm over here going through this dirt that Lee had dumped out from the grow bags. We did that because of the bugs. We didn't want that inside that grow tunnel. So we dumped them over here on the other side of the yard as extra dirt. I wasn't paying any mind at all, but in one of those grow bags was asparagus. And they said, don't cut the asparagus for the first year. It was beautiful before we cut it back. And so that was year one. And which meant that we could start harvesting asparagus next year. And I'll be dang, the asparagus is down here in the dirt somewhere. I don't even know. We had frost. Even if I can find the roots, I'm not even sure if it would survive. This pile might be it's all been exposed to the frost, bare roots. I wonder if I can salvage it. I wonder if I can put it in a grocery bag and then just set it somewhere off to the side and then plant it and see if it comes back. I don't know, but it's worth a try. I can tell you this, I needed a lot more room and a bigger bucket for my asparagus. But yeah, well, it was upside down. This is what was showing that's what it was showing. And I don't think that's very good. Well, here I am with the asparagus plant. And you can see all these spears that have tried to grow from the crowns that I have here. And now I have to plant these things in the ground before they go bad. This one's got a little bit of mold on him. Got to plant these things. And I just don't know how. Do I put them in my buckets? Do I put them in the ground? Maybe I put some in my buckets and some in the ground. They have to be in full light. Gee, I just don't know. I sure wish I was a gardener. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the ones with the two really big, with this really big spear. It's all together, so I don't know. And this crown right here and this crown right here are attached to each other. Can't really pull them apart. So do I just put this whole thing in the ground? This one's coming apart. This side is. Yeah, sure left them in the ground, left them in this bag way too long. Somebody told me that I should just put them in the ground. Put them back in the ground, they'll survive. And I didn't do it. I should have done it. I hope this mold doesn't hurt them, because it did start to get moldy in the garage in this bag because they were just sealed up. These two were able to pop out. All these were just kind of folded and trying to grow. And so maybe I should just put this entire thing just in one of these buckets and call it good for right now, and just let them be until they go dormant again. Then there'd be less trauma to them, maybe. So I don't know. I'm in this garden. It says full sun, and I suspect that this is sufficient. I see people growing stuff in these domes all the time, and it's diffused light. It's not a clear plastic. So I wonder if that's going to affect the garden. I don't know. I sure wish I did. I didn't realize it was a diffused plastic. They'll get plenty of light. It's just, will they get what they need from the sun? That I do not know. I'm sure second guessing myself. Anyway, I guess I'll just put this whole thing in a bucket and let it be. And just let it be this year, because they've already started growing, and I don't want to hurt them any more than I've already have. The fact that they've been in a dark place for so long, and now all of a sudden they're going to get light, may freak them out to begin with. But they said early spring, and it's been in a dark place, so I'm just so surprised that it started growing. I mean, obviously, if it didn't start growing, I probably would have forgot it was even in the garage and killed it for sure. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in this bucket right here. I'm going to put tomatoes along this wall right here, because they grow tall, and I don't want them to interfere with anything that's shorter. And that should be good, I think. I wish I knew. Anyhow, I have this wonderful box of garden tools, and my sister got me this box, and it has all these wonderful garden tools and things in it. I haven't been able to use the stuff because I didn't have a garden. She gave it to me 2 Christmases ago, and so I'm excited that I get to start using it. And look, it's got a measuring guideline on top of this shovel spade thing, and so I know I'm going 4 inches deep. Isn't that cute? And so there's all kinds of wonderful things in here. And check this out, there's gloves with digging fingers. Might do better for my hands than the... That's pretty fun. There's all kinds of wonderful things in here. I checked it out when she gave it to me. I was super excited, but then couldn't use them until I had my garden. I do have garden stuff at my daughter's house, where I originally tried to do a garden last year, but anyway, it's still at my daughter's house, so I'm blessed that I have this kit that I can do something with. Okay, let's get that big shovel. All right, let's start digging in this one. I'll put tomatoes on either side of them, because they said tomatoes are a good companion. Also, eggplant's a good companion. But I'll put tomatoes on either side of them. It gives a little bit more space for the tomatoes, and Let me turn the camera that direction so you can actually see, and we'll get them in the ground. It's a big space that the roots are, so I think I need to remove this dirt. So I can put the dirt all around. Okay, how's it look? These little ones that are trying to come up that were in the bag, I suspect that they will push through the straw. They'll come up from the straw. They were strong enough to fight against the bag. They're strong enough to come up through straw. And clearly I kept them warm enough. That's why they started to grow. They must have had enough light coming in through the garage. The soil's damp. I don't know that I should water them. I don't know what to do. This container has water in it, so there's damp soil in here because of the way I did the buckets with the bottles that are down there. And so I don't think I need to water them anymore. They weren't watered in the garage and they started to grow. They were just in that bag. And so I don't want to shock them by getting too much water to their roots. I just don't know what to do next. Maybe a little bit of water, but on the surface. I don't know. If you could help out. Do I just leave these alone now and let them be? Water them, make sure they get water. I mean, I can give them a little bit of water today, but if you know anything about asparagus, if you could comment in the section and let me know what to do next. I probably should have just listened to the person who told me to plop them in the dirt in the ground, but I had no place to put them at the time, so a plastic bag in the garage seemed like the best bet. Clearly it worked, but now what do I do? Leave them alone? Fertilize them? I mean, it's good new soil, so it should have enough nutrients in this soil for them, I would think. And just let them be, I guess. Anyway, let me know if you would. I have to do something with my grapevines and my berry plants. Let me show you those. As you can see, I'm late getting them in the ground as well. They're already leafing. The berries haven't done this yet. The berries are still just sticks. I was gonna put them outside somewhere, and I think I still will, because I don't want to start them in the pots, although I easily could just to keep them alive. But I know that once these things go, they can take off, and so we don't want them taking off into the garden with the other things. So
I need to get them in the ground and get them somewhere where they're going to be protected from the animals. That's going to be tough. And I don't have the fence line up because I was going to put them on the fence line, and don't have the fence line up yet. So it is what it is in that respect, but I do have to get them in the ground somewhere. And so I'm going to put them sort of near where, I think, sort of near where the fence line's going to be, but not interfere with the fence line, because they can grow up and vine to it anyway. Anyway, that's what I have to do. And I will take care of that sometime this weekend. Well, they're super cute along this mound, and it really makes the greenery pop. At least I think so. Makes it look like there's big flowers on it too. And so that's a lovely place. So the front of our yard, the front of where it faces the street, can really have that, you know, color to it. And someday we're going to have not just wildflowers growing, but we're going to have, you know, a lovely flowers all over here. One of the things I really like to plant, and I call them winter daisies, it's a bush that grows these plants that look like daisy flowers. They got yellow flowers or white flowers, and I really like those because during the winter time they bloom. During the summer they're just a green bush, and they're green all year round, but in the winter time they've got flowers, and they're delightful. So I think I'm going to try to find those and plant them around different areas of our yard here. They grow really, really big if you don't keep them pruned down. And in a yard, in a city neighborhood, you want to keep them pruned down. But out here, we can let them grow bigger if we wanted to. Anyway, I think that I'm just going to go water that asparagus just a little bit, and then I'm going to be done with gardening for this minute. Just a side note, my fake butterflies are drawing in real insects that are flying. Look like butterflies from a distance, but I don't know if it's butterfly season.